everybody. So sorry about the little late start. I had to get all of my helpers up to par on what was going on. So tonight is sandwiches and spreads. I wanted it to be something light for summer that was a little bit not heavy. And then, however, I found two really good sandwiches that are filling and kind of like a warm, cozy sandwich. I'm like, well, you know, we do mostly live in AC maybe. So, however, the spreads are definitely more summery. They are easier to eat when it's hot because they're cold. And you can even make it into a really yummy sandwich if you wanted to, or just eat it with crackers, whichever you like. So we're gonna go over those in a little bit. Let's open up with prayer so we can bless our food that we're gonna eat and share, and then we'll just jump in. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the opportunity to be here and to learn healthy recipes and to add them to our lives. And please bless the hands that provide this food and the food that we eat tonight and the food that we share with other people. In your name, amen. So, if you're new, we have 3 kitchens. I don't assign you guys to a kitchen. You pick where you want to go. So hopefully not everybody picks the same kitchen. There is a lot of variety here. So I will, before you send off, I will tell you which is which. We do have aprons at each kitchen that you can put on. And before you go to your kitchen, we always ask that you go wash your hands, and then there are gloves over on the registration table. So wear gloves when working with the food, and then you can go to your kitchen and have fun. So, sandwich and spreads. We'll go with spreads first because it's summer and they're cold and they're very light. So I decided to go with 2. Usually I have 3 recipes tonight. You guys have a bonus of recipes. But the spreads, I decided to do 2. And there is a savory carrot spinach spread that my husband was a little bit unsure about. I'm a carrot lover. I can eat a carrot in any fashion. Crunchy, cooked, pureed, whatever, I can eat a carrot. I love them. And so when I made it and I gave it to him for breakfast on like an open face sandwich, and he's like, what is this? And so later he called me and he's like, that was pretty tasty. And so he really liked it, and he's even thought of adding things to it, like adding sprouts to it later in a different sandwich, or putting pickle on top, or putting a different cheese with it, like making it into a really big sandwich. So you could do lots of different things. It's very savory. Nothing sweet about tonight. And then the other one is called oat, olives, and broccoli sandwich spread. So with that one, I've kind of tweaked it tonight. I gave you the original recipe, and I am sorry, it is in grams. I forgot to get my converter out and switch grams to cups, but everybody has a cell phone and we can switch that. When you're in your kitchen, we'll have someone working with you that hopefully you can figure that out. If not, holler, I'll help you. So the only thing that I did not personally like about this is it calls for 2 kinds of oats, an instant oat and a rolled oat. And when I made it, I felt it was a bit too oaty. I know that's not probably a word in the dictionary, but it was very oaty to me. I was like, it almost was like glue. I was like, you're just a little bit too much. So I decided to take one of the oats out, and instead I put mushrooms in, because a mushroom will blend into a really nice puree, and it gives substance, and there's so many nutritional values with mushrooms. They're really good for you. So in this recipe, you have to steam. It says to steam the broccoli and the garlic. So in that steaming process is when I added the mushrooms. So I put mushrooms, broccoli, and garlic and cooked it. And when you're making the spread tonight, you'll see that mix together, because that mix, when you mix it all up, you're gonna run it through the food processor. So both of those call for a dairy. However, the carrot sandwich spread, I actually found a plant-based cream cheese. And if you want to, I have an extra block, because I took a little nibble of it, because I love a bagel and cream cheese. I'm a cream cheese girl. If you give me a bagel, you better have cream cheese right next to it. I love cream cheese. It was one of the things that, as I went plant-based, I missed when I didn't eat dairy. Something about it. I will say this one that is in that kitchen tastes really similar to cream cheese. It is so yummy. So that one will be plant-based. However, the oat, olives, and broccoli spread does have real cottage cheese. So if you're trying to stay away from dairy, that one will have dairy in it. And there's regular cottage cheese over there. So that is a little bit of switcheroo on that. And the spreads are gonna be in this back corner. And whoever has that, you're gonna make both of them in that. And you're gonna make a double recipe, because we're gonna eat some of it tonight, but then you're also making the part to go out to give to the people that we serve after class. So the next sandwich that I had to have, and so I hope you guys love mushrooms tonight, because one of those spreads has mushrooms in it, but this one is a crispy mushroom Reuben sandwich. I love a good Reuben. I love a good rye bread. However, I've been vegetarian all my life, so I have not had a meat Reuben sandwich. My daughters can tell you fun stories of me going through Arby's and ordering a Reuben sandwich without the meat. It really messes them up, but it's been fun. But I just love a good Reuben sandwich. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, this has to be a class. And we love mushrooms. So in this mushroom, I got you a variety of mushrooms that some of you might not have eaten before. So we have the regular button mushroom, like these that you buy, that you see at every store. These are the most common. So they do have that one. However, I got the shiitake, if I'm saying that right, and shiitake, thank you. And then there's another one, and I forgot it. Is it on the list? Oh, I forgot the name. I should have written it down. I think it's an oyster, the oyster mushrooms. So that has a blend of those mushrooms in it, so there's different texture there. So you roast the mushrooms before, so those mushrooms are already roasted for you tonight. And that kitchen's gonna be very easy, because you are going to make the Thousand Island dressing, and then you're going to follow the instructions and ensemble the sandwich and grill it. And these sandwiches that we're making tonight, we are gonna eat tonight. And the ones I give to families elsewhere, I'm gonna make later when I know when we're gonna be delivering, because I don't want them to have soggy bread. I hate soggy bread. I don't wanna give soggy bread out. So there is a container over there to keep everything warm, because you guys will be serving us tonight. That's a little bit different. Now, unfortunately, I could not find a Swiss cheese plant-based. Every store out there had every cheese plant-based except for Swiss. However, Eric, I love my husband. He'll do anything for me. He found a store in the Tri-Cities, had the nick of time to go get it, and he's like, do you want me to? I said, no. I need your help tonight more than you going up to the Tri-Cities. So he was gonna go up there just for cheese, but I told him we would work with what I got. So I have a few options, and whoever is in that kitchen, if you want to, you can make the sandwich with each of these, and maybe if you did make them with them, you could like label which one was which if you wanted to. So I did get regular real Swiss cheese, so it's a dairy, but then these are plant-based. And this one is smoked Gouda, and this is provolone. So a little different flair than Swiss. So if you wanted a plant-based Reuben, you can make a few of each of them. You're welcome to open all of the cheeses and make a few of each, like one Swiss, one provolone, one Gouda, you know. But just keep them separate so people know which is which when it's time to eat them. And I'm excited about that one. It's just so yummy. And then the next one, our last and final sandwich. So if you were to do this at home, there's lots of steps if you follow the creator of this recipe. And I tell you what, I have followed this guy on Instagram and Facebook, and he's super cool, and he believes plant-based should taste delicious. So his restaurant and food truck is out in New Jersey, New York. He was the first vegan food truck in New York out there, and he has won lots of awards. He's so fun. I would love to meet him sometime. He's really cool. However, all of his recipes have so much detail, and so I've never really had them here at class before until tonight. I could not pass this one up. I am an eggplant lover, so I hope you guys like eggplant. So this is a hibachi sandwich. So it's a Mediterranean, Middle Eastern type of flair. And I do try to make things and have things for you that you guys can buy at your local shopping areas. This one is the outside the box, because a lot of these spices you cannot get at your local grocery store. These spices, Eric and I finally found. We had to Google. Thank goodness for Google. I don't know what I'd do without Google. But I said, Eric, I really need this. And I'm gonna terrible with these names, but the Zatara, that's this one. Look at the size of this. We bought this not knowing what it tastes like. And Eric is like, so I got this one, and these seeds, and the sumac, and this other one down below. I got them all at the same Mediterranean store that we found up in the Tri-Cities. So it's nearby, just go to Tri-Cities. But Eric was like, honey, this recipe better taste really good, because that's a lot of spice. I was like, well, I hope it does. I hope it does. This guy creates amazing food. And he even, in a lot of his stories online, he will say that meat eaters will come to his food truck, and there is lines at his food truck because people don't care that it's vegan or plant-based because it's so good. Like, there is flavor. For instance, I've told you guys at class before, these recipes, I like to have a party in your mouth. Like, this guy believes in having a party in your mouth. So, a little bit of spice to it, but not extreme spice. However, the last two that say optional under the sandwich, the Zug sauce and the I'm gonna bosh this amba. So I made the amba, but I bought the Zug. It is based out of jalapenos, so there's a nip to it. It's going to be over on the serving table at the end. It's the little jar. It has a label on it. If you put that on your sandwich, that's up to you. We're not going to put it on your sandwich. You're going to put it on your sandwich if you want to try the jalapeno. So I didn't make that one, but I paper clipped all of these because you get lots of recipes tonight. So the little salad is like a relish salad. It's a tomato, cucumber, onion type of relish. that with mint and parsley that you're gonna make over in the kitchen. And so it goes on the sandwich. We did roast the eggplant for you to make time go by faster. So that kitchen is going to only have to make the relish, and then I have a hot plate with a skillet for you to warm up the pita bread. Because if you haven't had pita bread before, if you try to use it without it being warm, it will just break apart. You won't have a pita bread. You won't have a hole to put your filling in. You'll just have a bunch of stuff with like maybe some bread to eat. So you need to warm the pita bread. I do have tortilla warmers for you to put them in, and then you have to ensemble that sandwich after you do the relish. You're gonna put, it takes hummus on one side, and then it takes the tahini sauce from the Arabic tahini sauce, which I made, which is really good. It goes on one side of the bread too, and then you're gonna stuff it with the eggplant. And on here it called for a vegan hard-boiled egg. Those are really not available in our area, in our shopping area. So as he talked about his sandwiches before he got down to the recipe part on his page, he's like, you can stuff it with other things. And he mentions a lot of people in the Middle Eastern areas, if they don't offer a hard-boiled egg in there, they offer a potato. So I bought the little potatoes that are like purple and yellow and stuff, and I boiled them, and they're in there. So you're gonna put some potato, eggplant, and the relish, and then that's it. And when you come over here to eat your sandwich, when you get your sandwich, you can add that jalapeno sauce if you want. And the one I made, which I probably hashed the name now, Amba, I'm not sure how to spell these, but say these. However, this is some in the making. So it's mango based, and these are mangoes that you're supposed to buy unripe mangoes. I went shopping for the first time. I found all ripe mangoes. I was feeling every mango. I was so unhappy. I was like, the only time I need an unripe mango, there was none there. So we went shopping a couple places, and we finally found some rock hard mangoes. But you take them, you peel it, you slice it really thin, you put it with salt in a jar, and you let it ferment for a day or so. Then you rinse it, and some of these seasonings right here that are amazing. This one has a lot of kick to it, by the way. And these are just very flavorful. You put it in a pan and you simmer it for like a half hour, and then you let it cool, and then you come and blend it in a blender with olive oil, and it makes that sauce. And let me tell you, I love mango. I was a little bit unsure about starting off with an unripe mango. Delicious. Because it has a little bit of this pepper flake in it, there is a little bit of a kick, but I wouldn't say it's as hot as a jalapeno. It's not like give me some milk to drink. But it has a little bit of a kick, but it is super good over there. So when you eat that sandwich, I highly suggest you drizzle some of the mango sauce on there. Whether you put on the jalapeno one, that's up to you, but the other one is super yummy. Super yummy. I'm glad I made lots of it. So I have never fermented unripe mangoes, so I figured I would show you one of the jars of mangoes. So I might have a lot of mango sauce left over after I do this one. But yeah, so any questions about tonight before we jump in? I know I've thrown a lot at you.
Where are you going to have, which kitchen has the sandwiches here?
Okay, so this is the Reuben sandwich over here.
Yeah.
The mushroom Reuben, and that is the pita bread stuffed one that we just talked about, the sabachi.
Yeah.
That's in that corner. So I decided to print all of those recipes. recipes off so you could make this at home if you really like it. But I highly do recommend the mango sauce. Like, you could store that in your fridge and use it on other stuff. And the tahini sauce is really fast. And my husband actually, he doesn't like plant-based mayonnaise, but that tahini sauce that mixed up with cumin and lemon, he was like, I could use that for a mayonnaise. He liked it for that. I was like, that's a good idea. So that's why I printed so many of his recipes off and I paper clipped them together because they kind of all go together on his sandwich. But you could use them on other things too.
And one other question, it says for the eggplant, 1 teaspoon of ZA-ATR.
That's this.
ATAR.
So I got the mix. I will tell you what, at that store, there was at least like probably 8 different kinds of this seasoning.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Which seasoning is that?
That Zatara? I'm not sure how to pronounce all these Middle Eastern names. I'm trying.
So it's like,
If I botched them, I'm sorry, but it is so on this one, it's basically a blend. It's a blend of seasonings together, but we put it on the eggplant. So when we roasted the eggplant, we put this and the paprika on there. And so it is on the eggplant already. You don't have to mix it in.
But where did you get that seasoning again?
I got that from a store up in the Tri-Cities. So if you guys want to know that information, I can't even pronounce the name of it, but I can take a screenshot of it and share it with you guys. It's really easy to find, and it's a really cool store. They looked at me really funny because I did not look like probably the nationality of people that wouldn't go in there and buy. But it was a cool store. We got other stuff that we tried. It was fun. Yeah, it's right there. I think that street is on Clearwater. And it's like, you know where the big Winco is on Clearwater? It's right down from there. It's like a block down on the other side. So if you're
they
at,
have a Highlands health food store there, right?
yep, there is a Highlands up there.
And it's got a lot of stuff in it. I think it's run by Seventh Day Adventist.
It might be, I don't-
Well, I think it is.
yeah. It's a really good store. I don't know if they would have some of these spices there because I definitely Googled for a Middle Eastern store. And the Tri-Cities had one. I was like, woohoo! So I was like, we'll do the recipe. So yeah, so you guys are welcome to pick which place you have. If you have questions, holler at me. But like I said, the bathrooms are right through that brown door in the hallway. There's 2 bathrooms. You can go wash your hands, get gloves, and let's cook. Let's have fun. Oh, you need your cheese. So they could just use one cheese or all try different ones?
I just want to. In fact, they're very warm. I put an air conditioner on, and then I
be about this. There's something about. So I need this. They need this. They have this stuff for that. Oh boy. Let's wait for other people to pick them.
For your sandwich, you gotta do it. Yeah, so let's wait for everyone else to.
I can do that.
I don't think we're really not out here to talk stuff. She's gonna know. These are the two sandwiches.
Oh, I see.
All right, you live? Yes, I'm live still. We're gonna switch it around. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm gonna go help at a kitchen, and I appreciate you watching. I will try to share the links to these yummy sandwiches, but before I leave, let me turn the and show you this mango sauce I was talking about. So this is the mango one. It is so yummy. It has all the seeds, the spices. It's really good. And this is the jalapeno one, and this is the tahini spread. Arabic tahini sauce. Really good. Anyways, have a great night, folks. See you next time.